We're back. Another NFL pick on my stream episode. We're ready to roll.
All right, let's do this.
All right, we're ready to go. All right, we're going to start off. First game tomorrow in London. The Jaguars. They had a rough loss against the Rams last week. Or no, not the Rams. Sorry, the Seahawks. They're playing the Rams this week, though. The Rams are headed to London to play the Jags. Puka Nacua is out, though. So I think this is going to be a close game. The Jaguars, for some reason, play solid in London. And I think that's going to continue. I think the Jaguars are going to take this one. I think they're going to win 21-20 in at home, in quotation marks, obviously. But I think their defense is going to be able to step up, be able to handle the Rams offense without Puka Nacua. And they're going to bounce back after that tough loss last week.
Yep. This is a kind of a weird game. I don't know what to think of this game. I could see this going like a million different ways.
I could too.
I'll pick the Jaguars to win this game. I just think that the Rams are very inconsistent at the moment. I don't really.
Yeah.
They're a very week to week team. I just don't know what to think about them at the moment. And the Jags are practically playing at home. They have more fans out in London, so that's that. And the Jags, I mean, if they can get their offense in like top 10, I mean, we could be talking about number 1 seed in the NFC or AFC.
Yeah,
because like their defense is pretty good. They force so many turnovers. Get after the quarterback with multiple different guys. So, yeah, man, Jags go to 5-2 with a score of 24-21.
All right. Here's an interesting one. The Philadelphia Eagles, who have not been playing very well as of late. They head to Minneapolis to take on the Vikings. Carson Wentz is still starting. Carson Wentz revenge game against his old team, where he he won the Super Bowl, but obviously he didn't win it because he wasn't playing. But you know, he obviously kind of brought the Eagles back. I mean, he put them in that good position to go and win the Super Bowl that year. It's just unfortunate he got hurt and wasn't really the same. But now he's back for the Vikings, going against his old team, Jalen Hurts, and the Eagles. Man, they're just not looking great to me right now. And I really dislike the tush push, bro. I think that should have been banned. I think it will be banned at the end of this season because it should be. It's just annoying to watch, and it's not real football to me. So, but I just think that the Eagles are just a better team right now than the Vikings are. I don't trust the Vikings offense to do anything, but I think it's going to be a close one. But I have the Eagles winning this one on the road, 24-16.
Okay. Oh, guy. This is another weird game.
I know. There's a lot of weird ones this week, bro.
I don't know what to think of this one either, man. I mean, on one hand, the Eagles, I mean, just don't know what they're doing at the moment. You lose to the Giants and you lose to the Broncos back to back. But the Vikings are just kind of mid, though. Their offense
they're just not great.
Nothing going for them on offense. I think I'll take the Eagles in this one. Like you said, they're just a lot more talented of a team. Just a lot better on paper than the Vikings are. And the Vikings, what are you gonna say?
There's just really nothing special about the Vikings right now. I mean, Justin Jefferson's like great, obviously, but like they just don't really give him the ball. And I just, yeah, like you said, they're just inconsistent. They're just mid.
Yeah, well, I will say though that the Vikings defense is like
They have a good defense.
I love their defense a lot. But like it's been ever since the Bengals game, their defense hasn't been like the best in the league, I'd say. I mean, they've still been good, don't get me wrong, but
Yeah.
if the Vikings come out and force like 2 to 3 turnovers and get 5 sacks, um, I think they'll win because I mean, they'll win because they'll have the crowd in it the whole game.
Yeah.
Um, and the
And the
Eagles
Vikings hate the
defense,
Eagles. So
yeah,
there's that.
and the Eagles defense is also very up and down. I don't think their defense is necessarily complete this year. It was last year, but their defense is far from not complete. So I'll pick the Eagles to win 28-20. I think it'll be a close game
I
because
think it will. Yeah.
the crowd will play a big factor in this. And I think that the Vikings kind of really need this win, especially since the NFC North is completely stacked at the moment. Every team is over 500, I think. But I don't think it'll matter. I think that the Eagles
Yeah,
still going to
I
beat
agree.
them. Just doesn't matter. So 28-20.
All right. Before that, though, chat says if we do a round of applause, we'll get another subscriber. So, round of applause for chat, all the
Yes,
subscribers.
sir. There you
Thank you
go.
guys for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe. Also, chat says say 6-7. 6-7. I have a game that might actually have a score that might look like 6-7 today. But it's gonna come up, so be sure to stay tuned for that one. Here's an interesting one, but not really. The New England Patriots, who are playing really well right now, they head to Tennessee take on the Titans. Drake May is balling out. He's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now. And the Patriots are just looking really good. And on the other side, the Titans are just not really looking very good. Cam Ward's doing all he can, but his offensive line is non-existent. And yeah, I mean his wide receivers suck. So I mean I don't really see this one being that much of a contest. Uh, so I have the Patriots winning this one on the road, 27-13.
Yep. This one, no brainer. Give me the Patriots. Titans don't have Calvin Ridley, and he was your only wide
Wow,
receiver.
he's out too, bro. I didn't even know that. Sheesh,
Ridley's out.
that's a major yikes.
So I can't think of your wide receiver. I can't think of another wide receiver on the Titans. I mean, you got Chigakonkwo, but that's like your only like player that like anybody
Sheesh,
knows. Anybody like nobody knows who's playing on the Titans at the moment. I mean, I guess Tony Pollard, but like
that's not going to be that.
that's not gonna be good.
Yeah,
And on the other hand, I just think that some of their defensive players are playing to get traded at the moment. I think that Jeffrey
yeah.
Simmons wants to get out of there. Um,
I mean, who would
he's
want to be there? Let's be real.
yeah. The Titans are just a mess, and Adrian Key's gonna probably be traded after pretty soon. So I'm gonna pick the Patriots.
Yeah,
Should be a layup of a game. Just easy
should
get through the
be,
next
should
week.
be.
I mean, Titans. I mean, Titans are the second worst team in the league, in my opinion. They just
Yeah,
nothing's on their roster. Literally, they're probably the least talented roster in the NFL. Let's be honest.
probably. Yep.
So the Patriots win 28 or 21-10.
All
I
right.
still respect Tennessee's defense. Tennessee's defense is
Chat
decent, but
chat
still.
says that Spears will be a game changer.
Spears? Okay. Yeah, they're gonna have to run the thing with the Titans though is they're gonna
Yeah.
have to if they want to win, they're gonna have to run the ball.
Yep. All right, bro. Here we go. The Carolina Panthers head to New York, take on the Jets. We talked about this a little bit yesterday. The Jets are the only winless team left in the NFL. And the Panthers are terrible on the road. Um, if you look at the differences between how they played at home versus when they played on the road, it's mind-boggling. And I want to be different, so I'm going to pick the Jets to win this game. I think the Jets are going to win their first game of the season tomorrow at home. I think it's going to be an ugly game, but I think the Jets are going to win 20-17 at home. Justin Fields is going to ball, and Aaron Glenn might save the job. I don't know.
Okay.
I might get clowned on for that if they lose pretty bad, but I just felt I don't know. I just feel like the Jets can get it done tomorrow.
I mean, I mean, the thing with the Jets though is that like throwing a negative passing yards against like
Yeah, but he's not going against the Broncos defense this week.
I know, but like still there. I mean, Justin Fields is not what we expected this year.
No.
I mean, we should have expected Justin Fields to suck again, but I mean, he's just not. He's just not there. And I mean, the offense is. I mean, passing game's horrible. Rushing game slightly below average. Defense is probably average at best. So like, I mean, I don't know. But I don't like Carolina either. I just think they got built. They'd be what? They'd be 1-5 if it wasn't for Rico Dowdle.
Yeah, without a doubt.
He's single handedly put the team on his back against pretty poverty teams and the Dolphins and Cowboys the last couple weeks. So that's that, and I just don't think that I just don't like Bryce Young either, man. He can't throw for 200 yards in a game.
Yeah, he's pretty
Like
inconsistent.
he can't throw for over 200 yards. And you're basically relying on your run game the whole time, and your defense is probably the worst in football, and that's been known since like I don't know
Yeah.
the first month of the season. So I'm still gonna pick the Panthers though because Aaron Glenn's a
First
joke.
disagreement.
Justin Fields is a joke. Everybody on that team just is a joke, literally. I mean, at some point you got to get a win, but
Yeah.
I mean, whether if it's against the Saints or the Dolphins or the Browns, I don't know. I mean, Panthers are much better than those teams, in my opinion. So I'm gonna pick the Panthers to win 27-17.
Okay. And now here we go. The poverty game of the week. The Miami Dolphins head to Cleveland to take on the Browns. Now, interesting fact: tomorrow in Cleveland, 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts and a 94% chance of rain. So it's going to be run fest. And both of these teams are just garbage. So this is kind of a toss up pick for me. But I picked the Browns to win this game. I have them winning 10-7 because I don't think there's going to be any scoring that goes on in this game at all whatsoever. I just think the Browns have a good enough defense to hold Miami to one score because Miami's offense is just so bad. Tua sucks. And I think they're going to lose tomorrow, and I think Mike McDaniel is going to be canned on Monday.
Okay. Yeah, I'll pick the Browns too. I think the Browns, honestly, I mean, if they can get any sort of quarterback identity on their team, I feel like they could be around a 500 team.
Yeah.
And they definitely have the defense. I love their defense a lot. I mean, Myles Garrett still playing good. They got defensive rookie of the year, in my opinion, the Carson. I don't know how to pronounce the last name, but he's good. And I just think that um it's I just think that Quinshawn Judkins is gonna have a big game. I
Yeah, I
like
think
him
he
a
is too.
lot. He's pretty good.
Hmm.
And the Dolphins play terrible in cold weather. They can't win
Yeah,
a game in the rain, in the snow, you name it. They suck at playing in different environments that's not humid. So the Browns win 13-6.
you don't think the Dolphins get a touchdown?
No, no.
All right. The New Orleans Saints head to Chicago to take on the Bears. Bears got a nice, impressive win against the Commanders last week. They head back home. Caleb Williams is looking pretty solid. This Bears team is looking pretty solid. The NFC North is the only team in football to have every team with a winning record. And I think that's going to continue. I like what the Bears are doing right now. Ben Johnson is really turning this team around. Um, Potential wild card team this year, I think. And the Saints just aren't looking very good. They're just the bottom 5 team in the NFL, and I just can't pick them.
Yeah, I'll also pick the Bears here. Pretty straightforward. The Saints. The Saints. I don't think the Saints are necessarily as bad as 1-5. The Saints are like they've been competitive in all their
They've been in their
games.
games, yeah.
Um, but the thing is that they just can never win, bro. They just never win. Period.
Yeah, they just can't
They
get it
had so
done.
many chances against the Bills, against the Cardinals, um, but they just don't know how to execute. And I'm very skeptical on the Bears. I just think that they got bailed out by the fumble against the Commanders and the blocked kick against the Raiders. And if you're looking at that from a standpoint, they would be 1-5. So I just don't know if they're actually really three and I don't think that they're actually really 3-2. I think they should be at 2 wins or maybe even 1 win. But at the same time, though, they're playing against the Saints. Saints are garbage. Will be garbage for the next couple years. Um,
Yep.
Nothing going for them. I mean, until they get a couple of cornerstone players, and that's honestly more than a couple. They need pretty much a whole new team at this point.
Yeah.
Um, every possession they could use to be filled. Nothing. They don't have a single position that is technically filled on their team at the moment. So the Bears win 30-20.
Yeah. All right. Um, the Raiders coming off a win against the Titans last week. They head to Kansas City. Kansas City is playing very well. They just beat my Lions on Monday night. Yeah, Monday night. That was not an enjoyable watch for me. Um, but it looks like the Chiefs might have figured out their identity a little bit more. They look like they know what they want to do now. They're obviously getting Rashee Rice back this week, which is huge for them. And I think they're just going to dismantle the Raiders. The Raiders are just really looking bad right now. Um, I think the Chiefs are going to win this one 31-14 at home. And the Raiders are probably regretting signing Geno Smith.
Mm. Yep, I'll pick the Chiefs too. Mainly because Geno Smith is probably the worst starting quarterback in the league, and it's not even close. He's not good at all. Um, and the Raiders' defense is absolutely disgusting. We knew this coming into the year, but I mean, what can you do at this point? It's probably going to be the same. Still going to be really bad on both end or on the defensive end of the ball. Honestly, the Raiders. I feel like the Raiders could be decent, man, if they could just fix their defense. Like their offense, in my opinion, is definitely capable. They have the talent on offense, especially with Genti uh, getting more production over the past few weeks. But I mean, this just a bunch of retirement home washed players on defense, man.
Hmm.
Jamal Adams sucks. Tyree Wilson, I think it's time to give up on Tyree Wilson. I don't know how he's doing this year, but I mean, supposed to be one of the best pass rushers in the league, but we're in what,
Supposed to
year
be.
5? Year 5,
Hmm.
and he hasn't done squat. So the
Yep.
Chiefs win, uh, 31-20.
Cup. All right. The Red Hot Colts head to LA to take on the Chargers. The Chargers, we've said this on the last couple streams. They've been getting worse every single week. Um, I don't even remember who did they even play last week? Did they have a bye? They might have. I don't even remember. But they're playing the Colts. The Colts are obviously 5-1. They've kind of shocked the world. It's how good they have been, how good Daniel Jones has been. But I think the Chargers are gonna kind of make a statement a little bit. I think they're gonna bounce back. I think they're gonna win the game at home. They're wearing their all yellow mustard uniforms, so I think that's kind of tough. And I think they're gonna be able to get the job done in a close one. I think their defense is gonna come up clutch. Justin Herbert's gonna have to ball out. I think he's going to. Chargers win 24-21 at home.
Okay. This is a good game. I don't know what to
Yeah.
think of this one. Uh, I'm gonna say that the Colts are gonna win this game because the Chargers, in my opinion, are a completely different team than what they were a couple weeks ago. They just look different, and that's not for the good. They just look like they don't want to compete in the AFC West anymore. They just don't. Honestly, I think they kind of realize that the Broncos and the Chiefs are gonna be ahead of them in the standings. So they're just, I wouldn't say giving up on the season, but like they're just kind of.
They're not trying as hard.
I honestly don't think they're just trying as hard, man. I don't know what to think of it. But on the other hand, I really love the Colts. I'll eat my words in saying this, but I thought the Colts were going to be the worst, one of the worst teams of football this year.
Yeah, I agree.
Um, they were absolutely horrible, and they've shown to me that they are the real deal. And I think that a win here, a win against the Chargers here, and the one seed in the AFC is pretty hard to slip up at the moment, man. You'd be 6-1. Um, so I mean, I think this is really big for playoff implications. I think
I think
both
it
teams
is
really
too.
need this. But I'm going to pick the Colts because Jonathan Taylor is just in absolutely playing unbelievable at this moment in time. And Daniel Jones, I mean, we know that he's playing good, and the Colts defense is solid too. I mean, this is a pretty complete team in my opinion. Um, and the Chargers got a lot of stuff to work on too. So I'm gonna pick the Colts to win. Um, 30-24.
Cup. Here's an interesting one. The New York Giants, who are playing really good right now, ever since they got Jackson Dart as their new starter and Cam Scatterboom more involved in the game plan. They head to Denver, who did not look great last week against the Jets. Um, Obviously, it was in London, so it was a new place that they were in. But it was the Jets, man, and their defense is good enough. Their defense did great. They held them to 10 points,
Mhm.
but their offense is just kind of stinky. And the Giants kind of have a pretty solid defense. I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I think that the experience of the Broncos is going to be the big difference on this one. Also, the elevation could come into factor here. I think the Broncos are going to win this one 23-17 at home, um, but expect another pretty solid report from Jackson Dart again this week.
Yep. I'm obviously gonna pick the Broncos too. I just think that the Giants hype is just, everybody's kind of glazing the Giants right now. I don't know why. I think they're a fine team, but like,
Yeah,
I mean, they haven't proven a ton. Like, you're what, 2-4?
yeah,
I mean,
I
you're
think
two
so.
and four. Um, I mean, your coach is still
Still on the
very
hot
much
seat,
on
very
the
much.
hot seat, and you're far from the playoff picture at the moment. You're just, especially in the NFC, um, and you're going up against the Broncos team who might have one of the best defenses in this decade. I think that this season's defense for the Broncos might be one of the best we've seen in a long time, and I think Nick Bonito is your defensive player of the year. I said that at the beginning of the year.
You
He's
did.
just amazing. And I'm just not sold on I'm just not sold on the Giants offense doing a single thing against this Broncos defense. I'm just not. Um, I just don't see Jackson Dart being able to get the ball downfield, especially without Malik Neighbors. Um, and I'm not. I mean, I don't like having Wandell Robinson get matched up against Patrick Surtain as
Yeah,
your
no.
wide receiver one
Gotta
and
love
cornerback
Wandale
one.
Robinson, but it's PS2, bro.
Yeah, that just screams disaster for me.
Yeah.
So if Denver can stack the boxes and stop Scatterboo and stop Tracy out of the receiving end of the backfield, I think the Broncos easily take this one, 21-13.
Cat. All right, here we go. The Green Bay Packers, who had kind of a little bit of a struggle bus against the Bengals last week. They head to Arizona to take on the Cardinals, who have lost 4 in a row after starting 2-0. And the Cardinals, man, they just look pretty. They look pretty bad. The Packers obviously haven't looked as fantastic as they did those first couple of weeks, and yeah, I don't know what is going on in Arizona. Kyler Murray is just on and off. He chooses when he wants to play good, when he doesn't want to. And they're just super inconsistent, and they can't play a full football game. They take they take one quarter off, and it's usually the fourth quarter, and that's usually when they fall apart. And I think that's probably what's going to happen again tomorrow. I have the Packers winning in a close one, 24-21. Packers defense clutches up and takes advantage of a Cardinals offensive mistake.
Mhm. This one is probably my easiest pick of the week, surprisingly. And I mean, honestly, I'd say that this game's easier to pick than the Chiefs and Raiders. And obviously, I'm picking the Packers because the Cardinals at this time are I don't they're not fully healthy. Marvin Harrison's dealing with some stuff. He got a concussion earlier. Murray's up in the air. I think he's questionable, and Kyler Murray chooses when he wants to watch film or play Call of Duty at this point.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, I don't know what to think of the guy. He's not the quarterback in Arizona. I think he'll be on the move after this year. That's obviously known that
Yeah.
he's not going to be a Cardinal after this year. And the Packers are, I wouldn't say that they're the best team in the NFC at the moment, but they're
I
definitely up
don't.
there.
Yeah, I don't see them as the best team right now.
They're definitely up there. I think that
I think they're top 5. Yeah.
their defense. I mean, their defense is good. It's what we expected. Their offense is a different type of offense every week with a different wide receiver performing, whether it's Golden, Jaden Reed, or Wicks. So
Hmm.
the Packers win. I'll say they kind of kicked the crap out of the Cardinals, 30-14.
Okay. All right. This is Fox's America's Game of the Week. The Commanders, who came off a rough loss last week, they head to Dallas, who also came off of a rough loss last week. Um, and these two teams, man, have really not looked great this year. Dallas, I was kind of expecting them to not be this good this year. Um, Washington completely surprised by this. Jaden Daniels is not looking amazing. He had that one really good game against the Chargers. And I mean, he's just not playing consistently well. And I think that's a big problem for Washington. Um, and Dallas, I mean, their offense is one of the best in the NFL, and their defense just can't do anything. So it's really a battle of mid tomorrow in this game, I think. Fox could have picked literally any other game, and it would have been better than this one. But I don't know if this is going to be a surprise, but I have the Cowboys winning this one. I think they're just going to be able to put up more points than the Commanders' offense because I don't trust the Commanders' offense. They're too inconsistent for me. And Dak Prescott's playing really well right now, and George Pickens is balling out right now. And I think they're going to want to bounce back after that rough loss in Carolina last week.
Yep, 100% agree. Give me the Cowboys. Commanders, I don't know what's going on with them, but they need to get it figured out. I know that the NFC East is completely wide open at the moment, but I mean, they're just not it. Not the team at the moment that we thought they would be. And
Yeah,
the Cowboys, I'm not actually. I actually am not have not given up on the Cowboys because they have CD Lamb back now.
he's back
He
officially.
he's back officially,
There we go.
so I think that this offense is just. I mean, this offense is incredible. I mean, their offensive line is actually not the worst in the league this year.
Yeah.
Um, which I mean was like the biggest thing last year is getting an offensive line. Now they have an offensive line on offense, which is just. I mean, it's definitely something to be excited for. And on defense, though, if they can play any better than what they were, they can get so much more wins. If their defense can just be top 20, top 25, and if their run game can actually not give up 150 yards a game, like I mean, the sky could be the limit for the Cowboys if their defense can figure it out. Like I mean, they have so much potential still. And the Commanders, I think I've seen enough this season to uh, kind of chalk them up as 9-8 and just move on. So the
Hmm.
Cowboys are going to win this game 27-17.
All right. Let's move on to the night game, shall we? Jonas Falcons on Sunday
Yes,
Night
sir.
Football head to San Francisco to take on the injury-ridden 49ers. Mac Jones has looked pretty solid for the Niners this season with Brock Purdy's absence. um, but I mean, dang, bro, those Falcons, man, they're looking good. The offense was a little iffy in the second half last week against the Bills, but their defense is phenomenal. And like you said last week, they're the number one defense in the NFL. And I completely agree. After watching that game, they completely had Josh Allen shook. And if they can make Josh Allen look shook, they're I don't even want to imagine what they're going to do to Mac Jones tomorrow. So I have a tight defensive battle. Give me the Falcons winning this one on the road, stealing it 21-13. Falcons looking good.
Mm. All right. This is this is definitely going to affect the playoffs down the line, in my opinion. Um, I don't know who to pick. I'm kind of nervous going in this week, man. Niners. I give a lot of credit to them because they're one of the most well coached teams in the league, and they're winning all these games with practically everybody in hospital beds.
Yeah.
I really like the Niners still. I think that their offense. I mean, is I mean, as long as they have McCaffrey, their offense is will be will be above average. Definitely a threat. And their defense is just it's weirdly good too. Their defense, man. You don't have Nick Bosa, you don't have Fred Warner, but like they just got a bunch of well coached people up there in Santa Clara, and I don't know. I just think that the Falcons are kind of inconsistent, man. They just are. Um, I think that Zach Robinson still sucks at offensive coordinator. He's not a good offensive coordinator at all. Um, and I also think that their offense is gonna look not good because they don't have Mooney. They don't have Gregory McLeod. And if the Niners can like figure out how to run against the pistol, I think the Niners are gonna have a ton of success against the Falcons. And on the other hand, too, um, the defense, I don't have a single concern about the defense, but Jalen Walker is out. Billy Ballman's out. So you got a couple of guys that who are on the injury list who are pretty big in this team. But I just think that no matter how the injury list is looking for the Falcons, no matter how bad the offensive coordinator is, I think that Bijan Robinson is gonna carry the team, and Tyler Algier. I just think that nobody can stop him, Bijan and Algier. Robinson
Nope.
uh, is at the top for offensive player of the year and might be at the top of it might be towards MVP discussions at the moment. And the Niners, the Niners. I don't think we'll have an answer. And I think if they can run the ball, they'll easily walk away with this one. I mean, similar to the Bills. I don't know if they will be able to though, but I'm just saying that they will, man. So I'm gonna pick the Falcons to win. 30 to actually no. Their offense can't score 30. I'll say that they win 24 to 17.
Yeah. Quite the speech there.
Yep.
Quite the speech there. All
Yep.
right, now we move to Monday Night Football, the first Monday Night Football game. My Lions, after a rough loss last week, head back home to take on the Buccaneers. The Buccaneers, in my opinion, are the best team in football. Um, uh, but they're injured extremely. And last week the Bucks were able to make that work against the 49ers, but the 49ers were also extremely injured. Baker Mayfield was able to make that one work, take them down. He was at home though, and he wasn't going up against the Detroit Lions on Monday Night Football in a blackout. Um, the Lions are going to come out hot. We lost them last year, and I think they're just going to take care of business at home. It's obviously going to be a close one. I mean, in my opinion, these are the top two teams in the NFC right now. Conference championship preview, in my opinion. Um, Shootout, but I have the Lions taking this one 27-24. I think the Bucks are only going to get better out after this game once they start getting fully healthy.
Yeah. Um, I really want the Bucks to lose. I do. I just think they're due for a loss. They've been getting bailed out by Baker Mayfield so many weeks. Just it's ridiculous. Um,
Baker's him, bro.
yeah, but I don't know, man. I'll pick the Bucks. Um, because at this moment, I don't think the Bucks can lose a game. Um, you got Mike Evans back, so I mean Baker Mayfield has somebody to throw the ball to, and Tez Johnson um, is an absolute dog as your. And I don't care that he's your wide receiver 5 on your depth chart. He can change a game like what that deep ball against the 49ers. That deep ball was impressive. And I also think that on the flip side of it, the Lions, if you take away the rushing game, they're a completely different team. They're just they struggle when they can't run the ball. And you're going up against a Buccaneers team that has Vita Vea, who is the best D tackle in the league, and the Buccaneers rushing defense is absolutely disgusting.
Yep.
Their rushing defense is amazing. So I think that the Buccaneers will win because they will be able to stop the Lions' rushing game. And I don't know how much I trust Jared Goff to outthrow Baker Mayfield. I think that Baker Mayfield is gonna perform better than Jared Goff on their own. I just do, especially with Mike Evans back. So the Bucks win in a shootout, 31-28. I hope they lose, but I don't think it'll happen. So
All right. Last Monday Night Football game, the Houston Texans head to Seattle to take on the Seahawks. For me, this is a no brainer. Um, the Texans have really just not looked very good this year. They've beaten up some really just bad teams. Um, really disappointing to see how bad they've been playing. But that's just how it goes sometimes. And on the flip side, the Seahawks, I was not anticipating much from them this year. I was expecting maybe a 8-9 season, but they're looking really good. Um, one of the better teams in the NFC, I think. And I think they're going to take down Houston. It's a tough place to play in Seattle,
mm,
especially a night game. So I think the Seahawks are going to take this one 28-20. Texans, man, are kind of in shambles.
okay. This one might be a shocker to you. Um, but I'm gonna pick the Texans.
Okay, wow.
I like Seattle. Seattle's just a great team. I really like what they got going for them right now. But the Texans really need this win. Especially in the AFC South. The AFC South is as good as it's ever been. Besides the Titans, but Titans honestly, Titans are everybody knows that Titans suck. So
Yeah.
my reason that the Texans are going to win is because they are have a really great defense. Their defense has been known to be solid, and I think that Seattle is a one man army on offense, and that's Jackson Smith. I just don't think that Seattle's offense, outside of Jackson Smith, is that good. It's just not. And Texans have the best cornerback in football, in Derek Stingley, one of them, I guess. And I think that if Houston can take Jackson Smith out of the game and just find a way uh, to not completely take him out of the game, but just limit him, like just have him around 100 yards, no touchdowns. I think that they'll be as good as gold. And I think that CJ Stroud too has a lot of pressure on him right now. He just does. Uh, and he kind of and he's kind of got it to get. He's kind of due for a big game, honestly. I mean, we've been waiting for him to break out, and I think this could be it. The connection with him and Nico Collins is looking better. Is looking better every week. It's looking almost. It's looking pretty good. So I'm gonna pick the Texans to win. Um, I can the score. The score is gonna be weird. The score is gonna be weird. I'm gonna pick the Texans to win 25-20. Houston wins. They just
Yeah.
need this win more, man. They just need it
It's true.
more than Seattle. I guess Seattle does too, since I mean the Niners and the
Niners and the
Rams are
Rams,
pretty
they're all
good.
tied.
But Houston, if they want any shot at the playoffs, you got to win here.
Yep.
It's win or
Also,
go home,
another
basically.
quick thing, another reason to pick the Cowboys for tomorrow. The Commanders have just ruled out Debo, so he's out.
Really?
Yep. All right, boys, that's all we got for today. We put out a post yesterday asking if you would want to see me do some live streams on Nebraska football, just talk about stuff. I definitely do that. So might see one on Thursday. It's gonna be a little weird. We might have to do our picks on a different day this week. I'm gonna be at the Nebraska game this next Saturday, so we'll see how that goes, but we'll figure it out. So yeah, thank you guys for watching this. Let us know what you guys want to see more in our videos. Tell us what you want to see in the comments. And yeah, we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.